Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenzi from the Grupo Dicas, the largest travel blog networks in the world, and today I'm here directly from Orlando, our new studio. It's the first video we're recording here to talk all about how to get the best seats on the plane that is for an international trip or even a domestic one within the country. We're going to give you all the tips you need to know to get the best seats on the plane and avoid those that are really bad and that people sometimes end up not knowing about and taking unintentionally, so you have a much smoother and more comfortable trip. So stay tuned, there are a lot of great tips, quick, useful, and without further ado guys. So don't forget to give us a like, that's very important for us. Subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot, and buckle up. We've put together a very comprehensive video from the very basics to the more advanced tips. So the super basic tip is for those who have never traveled. Most planes have rows with 3 seats, so if you're a couple or a single person, there will be 3 seats, one usually the window or in the middle and one in the aisle. There are the other 3 in the middle, and the other 3 vary from plane to plane. We will show you here how to find out about your plane. It's easy and with a very good website, but generally most of the time there will be 3 seats. If you sleep, prefer to rest during the whole trip and don't get much to go to the bathroom, the window is always better because it's quiet and no one will disturb you, wake you up or anything. If you like to get up, have anxiety problems and go to the bathroom a lot, it's always best to take the aisle seat. Then you're free to walk around and you don't have to wake people up. If you sit by the window or in the middle and have to get up all the time, you will have to ask the person to get up and leave, so it's a bit annoying. So that's the basic tip. If you like to sleep, take the window or the aisle. The middle is always the worst place because you're in the middle of 2 people, there's no advantage, but there are people who sometimes like it, but it's very rare, so be careful. And now for my opinion, from all the tips we've been on, our opinion is that the further forward in the plane you get a seat, the better. And why? There are a number of factors here. There are 3 cool tips that you will see that the ones who always benefit are those who are furthest ahead. At the end of the plane, usually the last row, it doesn't recline and you can't lie down because of the wall of the plane, so you end up not being able to lie down, sleep or rest with the reclining seat, so avoid the last rows. Also, they're usually next to the bathroom or next to the galley, which is where the flight attendants make dinner or lunch, so there's a lot of noise. They walk, of course it's not their fault or a problem, but it does get in the way sometimes a little. There's a lot of noise from heating up food. The bathroom doesn't smell like a bus, which we even avoid being in the back so we don't smell it. There's nothing like that, and it's quite quiet in terms of smell, but the issue is the noise because people close and open the door several times and that makes a lot of noise. The toilet flushes sometimes, so it's annoying. So try to get seats towards the front of the plane, not least because of the turbine. The wing is more or less in the middle of the plane and there's a turbine, that's where it makes the most noise and sometimes even shakes the plane a bit. It shakes the plane a little and makes it hard to sleep. If you want a quieter seat, take the one further forward. And also because of the way the plane leaves, those in the front leave first, so if you sit too far back, it will take you a long time to get off the plane. You have to wait for everyone else, and especially on international flights, there's immigration. Sometimes there's a huge queue, so if you take too long to get off and stay at the end, you'll be waiting a huge immigration queue because everyone leaves in order, following the order of the plane. So the further ahead you are, in our opinion, you only benefit. On domestic flights, which are smaller planes, usually up to row 10, up to row 9, it's fine if you make it. On international flights, which are bigger planes but much bigger, it's worth getting up to 23, maximum 24 more or less. The size of the planes vary a little, but it's a nice place to sit at the front and it helps a lot when you choose your seat and to stay better. Another great tip we use a lot is to use some apps and websites that show you what the seats on your plane look like, because each aircraft has a different shape, different rows, the bathroom is in one place and the best area seats are in a certain place, so it varies a lot and there's no way you can get to know all the aircraft because there are so many. But there's a very good website. We use it to use an app on our cell phone that was very good, but it disappeared. They ended up closing it down and I don't know what happened. So now we use Seat Guru, which is a very good website. TripAdvisor TripAdvisor. It's well known in the market and they're really good. You log on quickly and enter the name of the airline, the flight you're taking, and it shows you the entire map of the aircraft with all the details of each seat. You place the mouse over the seat just as you see it on the screen. You can see if the seat reclines or not. You can see where the toilets are so you can get away from them, where the galley is. You can see all the information on the plane and it helps a lot. We always use it. It seems silly, but especially on longer journeys, more than 2 hours, more than 3 hours, it makes a big difference to get more comfortable and quieter seats. So take a look. You will waste 5 minutes on the website, but it's very good to do this before you buy and book your seat in your plane so that you can have all the information you need before booking. Most companies and tickets vary according to the company and fare, but they do allow you to book your seat. There are some that don't, only when it's time to check in closer to the trip, but most of them allow you to book beforehand. When you buy the ticket, you can already choose your seats. Always choose beforehand because you can get ahead of the other people and get better seats. Open this app, the Seat Guru website, which is very good. Take a look at which are the best and worst and secure yours. Many airlines also give you the option of paying a little more to get seats that have more space, and that's everyone's personal opinion. Some people like to save money and others like to have a little more room. I always like to take the Comfort Plus, which is the economy class and the cheapest ticket. It's a plus economy class, which are usually the first seats after first class. There are 4 or 5 rows of this Comfort Plus or Comfort, everyone calls it one way, and you pay usually $40 more per person to have access to these seats. They're the same as the others. The onboard services and food are all the same. The only difference is that you gain a few centimeters, usually 5 or 10 centimeters of leg room. For some people it doesn't make any difference, but for people like me who are 190, so my knees are cramped in the seat in front of me, and if the person in front of me leans back, it practically crushes both my legs. I prefer to pay a little more for greater comfort, especially if it's on long international flights. So take a look to see if there's an option to pay, if there isn't, and if it's worth it. But get ready and organize yourself, because that's the secret to getting a good flight with good seats always, guys. So pay attention to that, and I'm sure you can have a more comfortable trip in planes in general. It doesn't matter if it's domestic flights or international flights, but mostly for those longer trips during the plane, so it's better. And guys, if you have any questions about traveling, airplanes or tickets, you can add me on Instagram. It's @PaiLorenzi, and send me a direct message and I'll always answer and help you, really, and with great pleasure. And also take the opportunity to see that we're here in Orlando now. We're going to be here for a while and we'll be able to show you a lot what day-to-day life is like here in the city, the parks, the touristy things too. But the coolest thing is to see the life out here and how the adaptation is going, how we're doing, and it's very cool. The content is very cool, so follow me on Instagram, and if you have any questions you can send me a direct message that I'll help you out. Another great tip that we used it a lot before we had children is the emergency exit. The emergency exit is usually available if you want it. You can take it and it has a lot more leg room, but it's a lot and you can go with your legs stretched out. We needed it so bad before we had to stop. And why? Because you have to be over 18 to go to the emergency exit. You have to be able to get up, open the door and everything in case of an emergency, and also understand the language of the airplane. If you're in the United States, you need to speak basic English to get by at the time, and there are some restrictions, but generally if you're over 18 and know your way around, you can go to the emergency exit with no problem. It has a lot more space and you usually don't pay anything extra for it. In our case, we can't because we have 3.5-year-old Clarinha. So if a child can go to the emergency exit, and also Liv is pregnant, so that's 2 factors there. Pregnant women can't use the emergency exit either. But if you're in a couple with a friend, you're alone and you want to go to the emergency exit, which is much quieter and nothing has ever happened. It's very rare to need it. If something happens, God forbid, an accident, something, but everyone who goes to the emergency exit ends up liking it a lot and starts flying only at the emergency exits because you have a lot of free space, and in general you don't have to use the emergency exits per se. And a quick tip for those who have newborn child and are traveling, usually on international flights, do some research into cribs. It's a crib that you can put in. There are 2 per plane. You sit in a plane where you can fit a crib. They dock it for you and the baby sleeps for the whole flight. It's very good. But there is a weight limit, usually when the baby is 8-9 months old. But check it out. It's worth it, guys. So we use it when we need. And down here guys in the description of the video, I'm going to leave all the links that we use to plan our trips. These are the websites that we've learned and discovered over time with all these trips that we use to plan, saving a lot. They are the best websites that are the car rental, travel insurance, and airline ticket comparison websites, which finds the best prices for all the companies. That are the websites that sell the cheapest tickets and everything in between. Take a look, it's really cool and it's gonna help you a lot for you to plan your trip. And that's it guys, I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot guys. And don't forget to share with us whether you traveled or not. If it's your first time, if you have extra tips, places you prefer or experiences, share them here because it's good for us to improve and give you better and better tips. And don't forget to watch the other videos too. There are some really cool videos. I'll leave a playlist here that has all the videos and also the video on how to organize your trip abroad while saving a lot of money. It's a great video that will help you organize your entire trip abroad, spending as little as possible. So I'll leave them here on the side, and that's it. Thank you very much for your attention and have nice trips.